You're watching What's Out on CNBC TV 18. Well, the Indian real estate sector may be down, but it's definitely not out. Global real estate major Jones Lang LaSalle believes that the Indian market is still promising. Vivek Law earlier caught up with Colin Dyer, global CEO of the company, and here's a slice of that conversation.
Thanks very much, Colin. It's nice chatting with you once again after a couple of years, I guess. And the last time we met, things were absolutely blazing away in the world of property in India as well. We were all talking about how much higher will levels go. We've seen a pretty massive correction out here already. But many feel it could be even worse from here on. You've been closely tracking the Indian property market. What are the signs you're picking up?
In the investment sales market, the price of real estate in most markets around the world dropped between 25 and 35%. And we've seen the volumes of transactions decline very significantly by around 70 and sometimes even 80%, quarter on quarter, all compared with the previous year. And the Indian market has seen a very similar phenomenon. The volumes of transactions have declined significantly across all cities and across all sectors of real estate, and the prices have also declined of the order of 30% against very low levels of transactions.
How are real estate funds really performing, and what is their outlook? We've seen a bit of a drying up. For instance, even domestic funds in India have not really done transactions in the past year and a half at all. Global funds obviously are going slow, just like portfolio investors are going slow. What's the trend you're seeing there? Do you see money at all flowing into markets like India in this kind of a scenario?
No, most funds have gone into hibernation almost over the last year worldwide. So funds which have been raised in 2007 and 2008 to invest in real estate have largely taken a cautious approach. They've seen declining values in real estate worldwide, and so they've tended not to invest into falling markets. And that same picture has been seen also in India.
What about the whole alternate mechanism, the REITs? You had the AIM in London, the alternate investment market. These had become a source of fundraising even for several Indian companies. Has the tap out there dried completely? What's the mood out there among investors? Are they even wanting to invest in real estate paper at all?
They're obviously very cautious. The REIT market worldwide has been very severely impacted, with losses in REIT stock prices of 50 to 90%, usually determined by the financial structure rather than the underlying, rather than losses in value in the underlying assets. So the demand for investment in REITs and IPOs in the REIT sector has obviously been very restrained over the last year. The AIM market in London for IPOs, particularly for IPOs of Indian real estate stocks, has also dried up. But the likely future picture, I think more interesting perhaps discussion, is the legislation or the proposed legislation in India for introduction of REITs in the Indian market. But we find that very attractive if the Indian economy could introduce REITs, particularly if the level of leverage were to be allowed to be above the 20% which has been mooted, and particularly if foreign investors were allowed to invest in Indian REIT paper. It would be a very attractive way to provide access to real estate, a very liquid access to real estate for Indian and international investors.
My last question to you, as Jones Lang LaSalle, how are you looking at the Indian market as a company? Have you, like many others, looked at downsizing? Are you expanding? You're a people-driven business. How are you looking at the Indian market from a point of view? Have you been hit on the revenue side, for instance? Transactions have slowed down. From where you sit globally, is India still premium for you, or is it something that has gone down?
I am very positive about India for the medium and long term. For the medium and long term, the Indian economy is growing even currently at 5%, whilst Germany and the US are declining at 5%. So this is comparatively a very good economy, and it's a place which we feel confident will pick up very quickly and will grow very strongly for the medium and long term.